There is a simple truth that the universe whispers to every soul that dares to listen. Your words shape your world. Every sentence you speak plants a seed, and from that seed springs the harvest of your life. The rich, the poor, the joyous, the weary, all are gardeners of their own speech. And there is one sentence, one sacred declaration, that opens the floodgates of wealth to all who speak it with unwavering faith. That sentence is, "Everything I desire is already mine." Say it softly at first, as if testing a secret. Then say it boldly, as if you already hold the golden key to every treasure chest in existence. For you do. When you speak these words, you are not begging, you are claiming. You are aligning yourself with divine abundance that has been waiting for you all along. Money does not respond to effort alone. It responds to vibration, to faith, to expectancy. And this sentence is the purest vibration of possession. It does not plead, it does not doubt, it does not chase. It simply knows. Most people live as if money is something distant, something they must struggle, work, and worry for. But the truth is, money is only energy, and energy moves where belief leads it. If your words declare lack, lack will surround you. If your words declare abundance, abundance will obey. When you say, "Everything I desire is already mine," you cancel years of doubt in one breath. You reverse the current that once pushed your blessings away. You open invisible doors, and opportunities rush in to greet you like old friends. You do not need to know how. You do not need to calculate when. The universe is not your employee. It is your reflection. Speak as one who already owns the riches of life, and life will mirror your certainty. That is the hidden law behind every miracle. When you wake in the morning, do not reach for your phone. Reach for your word. Whisper your sentence into the silence of dawn. Feel the power of it vibrate through your being. Everything I desire is already mine. Let it soak into your subconscious, until it becomes the air you breathe. When thoughts of doubt creep in, speak it again. When the bills arrive, speak it again. When opportunity seems still, speak it again. Money will come to the one who no longer chases it but magnetizes it. And magnetism begins in the mouth. You are not trying to attract money. You are simply remembering that you already live in the midst of infinite supply. The trees never fear running out of air, and the ocean never fears running out of waves. Why should you fear running out of wealth? The law of abundance knows no shortage. The only thing that ever limits its flow is the belief that it must be earned through strain instead of claimed through faith. Faith is the currency of the universe. When you speak this one sentence, you are spending faith, and faith always returns multiplied. The world around you may shout, "It's hard to make money." But the one who understands the power of divine speech smiles and answers, "Everything I desire is already mine." That smile is the beginning of manifestation. You must understand that money is not drawn to struggle. It is drawn to certainty. When you speak this sentence with conviction, you radiate certainty. You become a beacon of assurance, and wealth finds its way to you naturally. Projects flourish, doors open, ideas spark. It is not the words alone that perform the magic. It is the consciousness behind them. The knowing that what you seek already exists in the invisible, and is simply awaiting your claim. Speak this sentence not as a wish, but as a statement of spiritual fact. The universe rearranges itself to match your vibration. Each repetition sends a message to the unseen. Prepare the path. The one who knows is ready. And the unseen responds. Checks come unexpectedly, help arrives effortlessly, situations align with grace. The law never fails, only the doubter interrupts it. The greatest mistake people make is trying too hard. They affirm with fear instead of faith. They repeat words while secretly wondering if it will work. But words without belief are empty shells. Fill this sentence with feeling, and you will fill your life with riches. Feel the truth that everything you desire, money, freedom, opportunity, is already here, vibrating around you. Feel the joy of having it, the peace of knowing it's yours, the gratitude of receiving it now. Gratitude is the fertilizer of manifestation. When you are grateful for wealth before it arrives, you signal that it already has. The universe never withholds from a grateful heart. Say your sentence with gratitude, and the very air around you will shimmer with potential. This is not imagination. This is law. What you affirm with belief becomes form. Your words are divine instruments, shaping the unseen into the seen. Speak this one sentence and mean it with every fiber of your being. Let it become your song, your rhythm, your reality. Money will no longer be something you pursue. It will become something that naturally finds you, recognizes you, and flows toward you because you have become its rightful owner in spirit long before it arrives in hand. So today, speak your new truth. Everything I desire is already mine. Say it until the words are no longer words but a vibration, until they no longer sound like hope but certainty. Say it until you feel the invisible doors swing open, and you realize they were never locked at all. Every word you speak is a command to the universe. The unseen forces that govern life do not respond to what you wish for, they respond to what you declare. To speak wealth into existence is not about reciting affirmations with empty repetition, but about speaking from a place of spiritual authority. The quiet knowing that your word is law. The tongue has the power to bless or bind, to invite riches or repel them. When you speak of lack, when you speak of waiting, when you say you hope money comes, you unknowingly push it away because hope implies distance. But when you declare with conviction that abundance is already yours, you bridge the gap between thought and form. Wealth begins as a vibration, a subtle echo in the realm of spirit, and your words are the bridge that bring it into visibility. Speaking wealth into existence means you no longer identify with struggle. You stop telling stories of difficulty, of how hard it is to earn, of how long it takes to succeed. You understand that every time you describe hardship, you carve that pattern deeper into your reality. The universe listens, not to your intentions, but to your language. If you say, "I never have enough," the universe replies, "So be it." If you say, "Money flows to me freely and easily," the universe nods and arranges itself to prove you right. Words are seeds. When you plant seeds of wealth through faith-filled speech, the soil of your life cannot help but yield prosperity. You must therefore become the guardian of your tongue, for every careless statement is a creative decree. Speak only that which you wish to live. When faith fills your words, they carry an unseen energy, a power that transcends logic. Faith transforms mere sound into command. To speak wealth with faith is to know that what you say has already been accomplished in the invisible. You are not requesting wealth. You are affirming its presence. You are saying, "It is done." This is the divine language of creation. The one who speaks in faith no longer asks if it will happen. They know it already has. Their words vibrate with certainty, and that certainty pulls matter into alignment. You cannot speak one way and live another. Your speech and your state of being must agree. So long as your outer voice contradicts your inner belief, manifestation stalls. When you speak wealth into existence, your tone, your posture, your emotions, and your energy all resonate with abundance. You may wonder how mere words can shape physical wealth, but consider how all creation begins. Everything that exists was once a thought, spoken into the atmosphere through intention. The great artists, inventors, and dreamers spoke their visions long before they appeared. Their words were blueprints that directed the unseen forces of creation. Money follows the same law. It is not attracted to confusion or doubt, it is drawn to clarity. When your words are clear and confident, they emit a frequency that commands results. You are not merely saying sentences, you are activating laws. You are summoning the energy of abundance from the unseen to the seen. To speak wealth effectively, you must purify your language, eliminate words of fear, lack, and limitation. Replace, "I can't afford it," with, "It is already on its way." Replace, "I don't have enough," with, "My supply is endless." Replace, "Money is hard to come by," with, "Money comes to me easily and joyfully." These are not fantasies. They are truth spoken ahead of time. Truth does not wait to be proven. It creates proof. Each time you speak from faith, you send a ripple through the universe that rearranges circumstances to fulfill your declaration. It may appear as coincidence when opportunities arise, when unexpected income appears, or when old debts are cleared, but nothing is accidental. Your word has gone out and is returning to you multiplied. The key is consistency. You cannot affirm abundance one moment and speak doubt the next. Mixed messages yield mixed results. The law of manifestation listens to the dominant vibration, and if your speech wavers, your results will too. So speak wealth with unwavering conviction. Let your words become a steady current, not a flicker of hope. Feel what you say. Let every syllable carry emotion. The universe understands frequency more than words, and emotion is the amplifier of frequency. Speak as though your words are charged with gold, as though every sentence deposits spiritual currency into your account. The more you speak with faith, the more that unseen account overflows until it spills into the material world. It is not enough to repeat words mechanically. The power lies in the alignment between heart and speech. You must feel the truth of what you declare. Speak it until you believe it, and believe it until you see it. If your mind protests, silence it with your declaration. Each time fear whispers, answer it with your word. Faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to speak truth louder than fear. The world may present evidence of scarcity, but you speak a higher law, the law of abundance. You are not bound by what the eyes see. You are guided by what the spirit knows. As you practice speaking wealth into existence, you begin to notice subtle shifts. People respond differently to you, opportunities begin to emerge, synchronicities increase. This is the evidence of alignment. The vibration of your words is now drawing matching frequencies into your field. What once felt distant begins to approach. Money, being energy, recognizes the tone of ownership. It is attracted to the one who speaks as though it already belongs to them. When you say, "I am surrounded by wealth," life rushes to confirm it. Faith-filled speech also transforms your inner atmosphere. It lifts you from worry to calm assurance. You no longer speak from need but from fulfillment. This inner shift is crucial, for the outer world mirrors the inner. The moment you feel rich, the world must show you riches. When your words declare sufficiency, your energy stops repelling wealth. You stop clinging, chasing, or fearing loss. You relax into abundance, and that relaxation is magnetic. Money comes to those who are at ease with it. The anxious speaker repels what they seek. The faithful speaker welcomes it. The great secret is that words create before actions do. Action is the echo of belief, not the cause of it. The person who first aligns their speech with faith will find that actions naturally flow in harmony. You will be guided effortlessly to the right ideas, the right people, the right timing. You will speak wealth, and wealth will guide your steps. When faith and speech unite, doors open without force. The invisible becomes visible through the channel of your word. Every day offers a choice: to speak lack or to speak abundance, to describe what is or to declare what shall be. Choose your words as you would choose jewels, with care and intention. Each word is a key, and some keys open treasures beyond imagining. Speak wealth as though it were already standing beside you, as though your every sentence were shaping golden reality around you. Your voice is the brush, your words the color, and your life the canvas on which abundance paints its masterpiece. To align your vibration with abundance is to move from wanting to knowing. It is to step beyond the feeling of distance between yourself and the riches you desire. The universe does not respond to your need, it responds to your frequency. When you believe that what you want is already yours, you vibrate in harmony with the energy of abundance, and like energies must meet. Money, opportunities, success, and resources are not random gifts from fate, but reflections of the frequency you hold within. You do not attract what you chase, you attract what you are. When you believe deeply, without contradiction, that abundance is your natural state, the outer world bends to mirror that belief. Alignment begins in thought but is anchored in feeling. You cannot simply think abundant thoughts while secretly feeling poor. The feeling is the magnet, and the thought is the guide. When your inner vibration is one of fullness, gratitude, and certainty, you become irresistible to prosperity. The universe recognizes you as one of its own, because the vibration of abundance is the vibration of truth. Scarcity is the illusion, abundance is reality. The air you breathe is abundant. The sunlight that touches your face is abundant. The heartbeat within you is abundance made visible. When you realize that everything around you flows freely without struggle, you begin to understand that wealth, too, is part of that same effortless current. The river of life never runs dry, it only awaits your permission to flow through you. Belief is the door, And vibration is the key. When you think of money as something separate, something outside yourself, you create resistance. Resistance slows the flow. You cannot align with something you see as distant. So instead of seeing money as something to be earned or gained, begin to see it as an extension of your own energy. Just as your breath moves in and out, so does money. It is meant to circulate. When you release the belief that money is scarce, it begins to move toward you with ease. You become a conduit through which abundance flows rather than a container that fears it will run out. To align with abundance, you must speak, act, and feel from the frequency of having, not wanting. Wanting creates a vibration of absence. Having creates a vibration of fulfillment. When you say, I want more money, you are affirming that you do not yet have it, and the universe reflects that lack back to you. But when you say, I live in continual supply, you affirm that you are one with endless provision. The universe echoes your confidence. Alignment is not pretending, it is remembering. You are not trying to create abundance, you are awakening to the truth that you already live in it. Every atom of your being is connected to infinite source, and that source is pure prosperity. Start each day by feeling rich, not because you see riches in your hand, but because you feel the richness of life itself. Feel gratitude for the smallest things, the air, the roof above you, the meal before you. Gratitude immediately lifts your vibration to the frequency of having. The grateful heart cannot dwell in lack. Gratitude says, I already have, and the universe multiplies that signal. The more you feel grateful, the more you draw circumstances that give you even more to be grateful for. This is alignment in motion. The universe never withholds, it only responds. When you align your vibration with abundance, your relationship with money changes completely. You no longer fear it, chase it, or measure your worth by it. You begin to see money as a friend, loyal, responsive, and abundant. Money loves clarity, appreciation, and peace. When you feel anxious or desperate about it, you block its flow. When you feel calm, appreciative, and deserving, you open the channel wide. You stop asking how. It will come and trust that it must. This is the vibration of certainty, and certainty is irresistible to abundance. Your vibration is shaped by your inner dialogue. Every time you say, I can't afford it, you vibrate at scarcity. Every time you say, money comes to me easily, you vibrate at abundance. The universe does not judge your statements, it simply matches them. You cannot vibrate at lack and expect wealth to arrive, just as you cannot tune a radio to one frequency and hear another. The law of vibration is exact. The signal you send out is the reality that returns. If you wish to change your outer world, change your inner tone. Speak from wealth, think from wealth, and act as wealth. Feel what it would feel like to already be surrounded by plenty. Live in the emotion of completion, not the anticipation of gain. When you hold the vibration of abundance, opportunities find you naturally. People appear who can help you. Ideas come effortlessly. Things begin to, coincidentally, work in your favor. This is not magic, it is alignment. The world rearranges itself to match your energy. Just as a tuning fork vibrates and causes others nearby to resonate, your frequency of abundance causes everything around you to shift into harmony with it. You do not have to fight for it, push for it, or prove yourself worthy. You only have to be it. Meditation, visualization, and affirmations are tools for alignment. But the real transformation occurs when you begin to feel abundant without needing proof. When you can feel rich even when your bank balance is small, you have mastered the law. The outer world is slow to catch up to the inner, but it always does. Faith is the bridge that carries you across the gap between feeling and seeing. The stronger your inner conviction, the faster the material proof arrives. Aligning your vibration is not about forcing belief but nurturing it. It is a gentle turning of your energy toward trust, a soft unfolding into certainty. Doubt lowers your frequency, and fear fractures it. When you notice yourself worrying about money, stop and shift your focus. Instead of feeding the vibration of lack, breathe deeply and say, I am aligned with infinite supply. Let the words sink in. Feel the calm that comes with them. Each time you return to this awareness, you strengthen the frequency of abundance within you. Eventually, it becomes your natural state. Money becomes as effortless as breathing, because your vibration no longer contradicts its flow. The mind often tries to control outcomes, but alignment is not control, it is surrender to universal order. The moment you try too hard, you move out of harmony. True alignment feels peaceful, certain, and free. You trust that everything you desire already exists, and that your belief magnetizes it to you. You stop measuring time or progress, and instead focus on maintaining your state of being. When you are in the vibration of abundance, time becomes irrelevant. Things happen faster, smoother, and with less effort. You will notice that people who live in abundance think, speak, and act differently. They are calm about money because they know it always comes. They do not complain or speak of struggle. Their inner frequency is high, so wealth is drawn to them without resistance. This is the model you must adopt. Begin now to think, speak, and act as though you are already wealthy. When you pay for something, bless it. When you receive something, appreciate it. When you give, give joyfully. Every act infused with gratitude strengthens your alignment. To align with abundance is to remember that you and the universe are not separate. You are the expression of infinite intelligence, and infinite intelligence lacks nothing. Every resource you could ever need already exists in spiritual form, awaiting your readiness to receive it. Readiness is not hard work, it is vibrational match. You are not trying to earn abundance, you are allowing it. You are tuning your inner world until it hums the same note as the riches that surround you. When your frequency matches abundance, abundance can no longer stay away. It rushes toward you because by law it must. To release effort and embrace certainty is to enter into the quiet power where all creation happens. The human mind has been conditioned to believe that struggle is the price of success, that effort is the only road to reward. Yet in the higher order of spiritual law, striving only delays the arrival of what you desire. The one who struggles declares through vibration, I do not yet have. And the universe mirrors that message. The one who is calm and certain whispers, it is already mine. And reality bends to fulfill that truth. Effort belongs to the world of fear. Certainty belongs to the realm of faith. When you release effort, you stop fighting with the flow of life and begin to move with it. You stop grasping, pushing, and forcing. And instead, you allow. Allowing is not laziness, it is divine intelligence in motion. It is the recognition that all things come easily to those who believe they deserve them. The moment you stop trying, you align with the effortless rhythm of creation. Every tree, every river, every star expands without strain. The sun does not struggle to rise, nor does the flower force itself to bloom. Nature creates through perfect trust, and so must you. When you are certain that what you desire is already yours, you no longer try to make it happen. You simply prepare to receive it. This is the secret of manifestation. Money flows to those who live in the feeling of having, not in the fear of lacking. The energy of trying says not yet, but the energy of knowing says, now. The more you push, the more you confirm separation from your desire. But the moment you relax, you magnetize it. Effort comes from doubt. It is the mind's attempt to compensate for disbelief. The one who is unsure of divine supply works harder than necessary, because they believe force is the only way to achieve results. But the universe does not respond to force. It responds to frequency. When you are certain, your energy radiates confidence. This confidence calls forth opportunities, people and resources in ways effort never could. Certainty is magnetic. It is quiet but undeniable. It draws without chasing, it receives without pleading. In the realm of manifestation, certainty is the highest vibration of power. To live in certainty, you must shift from doing to being. Doing comes from fear, being comes from faith. When you are in being, everything you need flows naturally into your experience. You no longer calculate, scheme, or worry. You know that the path is unfolding perfectly, even if your eyes cannot yet see it. Faith does not look for evidence, faith is evidence. It is the inner proof that precedes the outer result. When you truly believe that wealth is your divine inheritance, you stop acting like a beggar, and start carrying yourself like a rightful heir. You walk with grace, speak with assurance, and live with ease. This ease is not carelessness. It is alignment with divine order. When people try too hard to manifest, they block the flow. They monitor their progress, question the timing, and doubt the process. They say the words but still vibrate with worry. This mixture of faith and fear creates confusion in the field of energy, and confused signals produce delayed outcomes. To manifest quickly, you must speak once in faith and then rest in certainty. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up every day to see if it is growing. You trust the soil. In the same way, once you have declared your intention, you must trust the unseen. Constant checking, comparing, and worrying uproots your desire. Let the seed rest. Let it grow. Let it find its perfect expression in time. The soil of the universe is rich and faithful. It never fails the one who trusts. Releasing effort does not mean doing nothing. It means doing only what feels aligned. Inspired action flows from certainty. Forced action springs from fear. When you are aligned, your actions feel light, joyful, and effortless. You are moved by intuition, not pressure. You find yourself in the right place at the right time, saying the right thing to the right person. Life orchestrates the details for you. The burden lifts, and all that remains is flow. When you act from this state, your energy carries a power that multiplies results. One inspired move can achieve what years of struggle cannot. Certainty begins in the mind but is anchored in the body. You must feel what certainty feels like. Calm, open, peaceful, assured. When doubt arises, notice the tension it creates and consciously release it. Breathe deeply and affirm your trust in divine timing. Feel the relief of knowing that everything is unfolding for your highest good. This feeling of release is not weakness, it is strength. It tells the universe that you no longer need to control the process. You have surrendered to the higher law that always provides. When you release effort, your mind becomes quiet enough to hear guidance. Inspiration whispers in stillness, not in struggle. The answers you once sought through anxiety begin to appear naturally. You notice signs, synchronicities, and nudges leading you exactly where you need to go. This is the flow state of manifestation, the effortless unfolding that happens when you trust. Money, ideas, and opportunities start to move toward you, as though carried by an invisible current. You are no longer the one rowing upstream, you are the one floating downstream, carried by the river of divine supply. Effort belongs to the ego, certainty belongs to the soul. The ego believes it must earn, prove, and push. The soul knows it already has. When you live from the soul, your words carry authority because they come from truth. The soul speaks the language of completion. It is done. The ego speaks the language of striving. I will try. To manifest big money, you must silence the voice that says you must work harder, longer, or smarter to deserve it. You are worthy now, not later. The moment you claim that truth, your vibration rises to meet the wealth that has been waiting for you. You may notice that when you are most relaxed, good things seem to happen easily. This is no coincidence. Relaxation is the vibration of trust. The tense person blocks the flow, the relaxed one allows it. When you are at peace, you send a signal to the universe that says, I am safe to receive. The universe responds to safety, not struggle. Money, like energy, flows where it feels welcome. Make peace your priority, and abundance will follow. Certainty also transforms your relationship with time. You stop rushing, comparing, and competing. You know that divine timing is always perfect. You stop worrying about when and how and focus only on being ready. Readiness is the true work of manifestation. You prepare your heart, your mind, and your environment for the arrival of what you have claimed. When certainty becomes your natural state, impatience disappears because you already feel fulfilled. You do not need the outer result to prove your inner truth. That confidence is irresistible to the universe. When you release effort, life becomes lighter. You wake up feeling guided instead of pressured. You take inspired steps, not desperate ones. You speak your word and trust its power. You no longer doubt your worthiness or question whether you can manifest what you desire. You know that everything you seek is already seeking you. The need to prove, perform, or persuade dissolves. You stop chasing opportunities and begin attracting them. You become the center of quiet power, still, yet unstoppable. This is the art of effortless manifestation. To embrace certainty is to live in the consciousness of divine partnership. You no longer act as if you are alone in your creation. You recognize the infinite intelligence that moves through all things, guiding you toward prosperity. You walk in faith that every desire placed in your heart is already complete in the unseen. You stop asking, "What if?" and start saying, "I know." You move from questioning to commanding, from waiting to receiving. This shift is subtle but powerful. It turns effort into ease, striving into serenity, and waiting into welcoming. Certainty is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between what is desired and what is manifested. When you stand on that bridge, life responds with grace, and the flow of money becomes as natural as the rhythm of your own heartbeat.